Hey, this is Jessica with Rock and Roll Industries Magazine, sitting here with Armored Saint backstage at the Metal Blade 30th Anniversary Show. Hey guys, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Phil Sandoval, Armored Saint.
Gonzo.
Jeff Duncan.
Now tell us, what does it feel like to be playing their 30th anniversary and your 30th anniversary the same night?
Oh, it's just awesome. Brian Slagle was very prominent in the early beginnings of metal in the 80s, and he picked us up. We were in Metal Massacre 2, and from there, the rest is history. And we want to say thank you very much to him.
Anyone else?
Yeah, no, we're just really honored and happy to be here. 30 years, it just seems so fast. But Brian started in the 80s, and so did Armored Saint, and it's cool to be here and playing as well as we're playing, and just want to have a good time and party. Roll has changed a lot, music's changed a lot, the industry's changed a lot, but you know what? At the end of the day, when it rocks, and that's what we're here to do.
How about you, Jeff?
Oh, okay. Wah. Well, it's great to be here. Seeing Brian. I remember him walking around back in the day at the clubs with his. He had these. He was like this metal guy. He had his studs and his leather jacket and everything. And I remember seeing him around all the time. And to be here now and think about that guy back then and what he's built and of course the Armored Saint affiliation and the work's a real pleasure to be here. 30 years later, and I just think about that guy back around then, checking out bands, and what he's done for himself and what he's done for Armored Saint too, and many other bands,
And metal.
and heavy metal music. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually just sat down and did an interview with Brian, and he was wearing an Armored Saint shirt. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So, what were some of your funnest memories, or one of your best memories from touring the last 30 years?
Well, recording our first EP was definitely a great memory, and it was a pleasure to record it in Track Records, and it was our first time, and it's brought us to here.
Yeah, I remember, learning that we were going to record a demo of our songs that we had been working on, and it was going to be with Brian, and it was at Track Record with Bill Matoyer Engineering, and we loaded in at midnight. That was our start time. So by 4 o'clock in the morning, we were pretty beat, but we had set up and got all sounds, and we are going to come back the next midnight, the next night, because it was all spec time, So we altered our minds a little and had some fun, and then we just did a take of False Alarm, the song, and it came out really cool. And we said, well, that was just a trial version. We'll come back the next day and do it better. So we came back the next day. We recorded the other songs. We did False Alarm, but nothing was better than that late night version. So we kept the late night version. It's a good memory.
You guys are good on the first try.
All the time.
You mean a fond memory over the?
Of the touring 30 years.
Well, I remember back in 2000, Armored Saint got together to do the album Revelation, and the band had been, we'll just say on a hiatus for many years. John Bush was in Anthrax, and so Armored Saint was dormant for a while. And we got back together to do the Revelation album, and we played the Wacken Festival in Germany, and it was sort of this like return of Armored Saint show. And I remember we were the first band that went on stage with lights at that time of the day, and the gig just went without a hitch, and the energy, and everybody was so excited that Armored Saint was there, and it was definitely in the top 5 favorite shows I've ever done in my life. There's just the energy and everything about it. It was such a great show, and such a great moment, I think, for the band to be back and strong and sounding better than ever.
I remember that show too because the audience was screaming Armored Saint. They were but so loud. I remember we were peeking outside and just vibing on it, and I felt really super nervous for the energy that was there at Wacken. So yeah, that was a great memory.
That's awesome, and something you can all agree on, too. So I won't hold you too long because we got an interview that this can be part of in the magazine, so we just need a little bit to go with it. But I want you guys to tell me what to look out for in 2013 from Armored Saints. So
Well, let's see. We're going to be doing something in Europe again. It's always a blessing to be able to go to Europe at least once a year and play different places we've never played. This year, we were blessed to do Paris, France for the first time, and wow, the on his birthday, yeah.
Cool.
The reception was amazing. They sang "Happy Birthday" to him in French, and it was quite a moment.
Yeah, quite a moment.
But this next year, 2013, the promoter Olivier in France invited us to play a festival. I think it's called Hellfest, and that's in June 20th. And then we're going to do the Prague Fest in Atlanta, Georgia, in September. That's really all we have booked right now. Hopefully, we have a new record in store. I don't know, but you know, it'd be nice to do that. And we talked about it, just basically mentioned it and talked about it. But you know, that's stuff to look forward to. How about you, Jeff?
Everything you said. No, yeah, just looking forward to going to Europe, next summer, and again, we'll see what the future holds for another Armored Saint album.
Well, awesome. Thank you guys. And I'm sure you're going to have an awesome show coming up for us. So we got to get down there to catch that. So this was Jessica with Rock and Roll Industries and Armored Saint. Yeah.